It is a busy day today, and the first thing we're going to start off with is getting this thing started and taking it over to the shop so that they can diagnose what the check engine light is. It is absolutely freezing here today. I think the weather says it feels like 8 degrees, so let's see if this thing starts. That's a good sign. Now we just let this thing warm up, and then we're gonna go ahead and take it over to the shop. We actually gotta take the G80 somewhere as well, and I think you guys are gonna like that. For it being this cold, the heat is definitely not doing its job in this car. Not that the heat's not working, it's working. It's just super cold. We're gonna be dropping this thing off at Pasadena Beamer so they can diagnose that check engine light, tell us exactly what's going on there. And I think that's gonna lead into potentially even fixing it. I'm not sure just yet, depending on what the cost is of that repair and what it is. If it's something cheap, I'll go ahead and just get it done. Why not? Even if it's like $500-600 bucks. If it's something a little bit larger, we'll figure out what to do next. But I think it shouldn't be that big of a job. Then we gotta get home, pick up the G80, and a lot of comments have been pointing towards what we're about to do with that thing. So I think you guys are gonna like it. We got the car dropped off. They're gonna go ahead and diagnose what the issue is, look into any other issues, do an inspection for me so we know exactly what's wrong with this car. And then that should hopefully give us a game plan on what to fix, or if it gets sold, should give the new owner an idea of like all the damage or issues with the car. But for now, at least, we wait. So I just got word back from the shop. The diagnostic is done. And we should be good to go ahead and pick up the car. Now, when they got back to me, they didn't mention anything about the camshaft position sensor. So when I go there, I want to make sure that that issue was resolved. They called me saying that they had the reader to connect to the engine bay harness and then delete the codes from there. Versus mine, I only had the cheap OBD2 reader that you plug into the cabin of the car itself. So I'm hoping that they were able to clear it and then that issue resolved itself. I'm able to resolve the throttle position sensor issue, so I still have to order a new OEM BMW one just to make sure that we situate that one. But if we can get those two things resolved, there's gonna be no check engine light, and that's great news for this car. I also paid for a full 32-point inspection, so I did find out some other small issues that we need to resolve, but nothing that's kind of out of the ordinary for an old 30-year-old BMW. We got some leaks here and there. We got some bushings that need to be replaced, but overall it's looking good. And I think we just upped the value of this car a little bit. So that's huge news. Now I'm just waiting on my Uber so we can go pick this thing up. And then we'll find out a little bit more of the camshaft position sensor issue that we saw. So we got the car back, and the good news is, as I thought, there is no more camshaft position sensor issue. It was just as simple as me not having the right tool to clear the code. And they were able to do that and then diagnose the throttle position sensor, which it looks like we just need a new one for now at least, and then we should be good to go. So with that, I'll cover some of the other things that might have came up in the 32-point inspection, but I'm happy to say we can get this car home and we don't have to worry about any internal issues with the engine, which is really, really good news to hear. You can probably tell with these cars. Actually, you can't hear it right now. Actually sounds a lot better. But they did mention that the power steering definitely needs a flush. It's a little bit dirty, potentially even the wrong fluid that was put in by the previous repair shop that did the work on it. So we're gonna need to go ahead and flush that, put some new fluid in there, and I think the crush washers on the rack are probably going bad. So those are leaking a little bit, and they were able to identify where that leak is coming from. So we kind of have a checklist of what to tackle next. Overall, good news, just happy that we got it situated. So now we can get this thing home and then take the G80 out because we need to get some work done on that thing too. I will say, having this kind of be resolved in terms of like the mechanical stuff is such a big relief. Can kind of stop mentally worrying about it now and then focus on next steps. So many of you have been mentioning that we should be paint matching the cargo box to the Isle of Man green, and I think we're gonna do just that today. We're heading over to Iconic Auto Style. They're the same ones that PPF my entire car for me, so we're gonna head over there today. I think they might have a vinyl that should be pretty close match to the Isle of Man green, which I'm really excited about. And if that's the case and that works out, that's gonna save us a lot of money, because then we'll be able to wrap this thing and then not have to paint it, and we can just take it off later on in the future. Fingers crossed, hopefully it does match. But yeah, let's get this thing over to Iconic and then see if this works out. Now before we do that, I did get some goodies for the engine bay itself. And you see we got some billet aluminum reservoir caps to kind of match our strut bar, and I think this is gonna work well with the green. So excited to put these on and see how this looks. Is that damage on here? We're good. It's just a little bit of glue. This one right back here, which I already put on, and the nice thing is it's just a press fit, so it's super easy. And then this one should be, see, look at that. That's gonna look so good. That's gonna go right here. Oh wait, I gotta take that strut brace off. Never mind, this is not gonna happen right now. I don't got time. But yeah, we'll solve this later. I decided why not just throw it on. But as you can see, we got the one back there, and then now this one. And yeah, that looks really good. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this polished strut brace for long. I think I am gonna get one that's titanium to match that. But either way, I think the billet aluminum raw finish should still look good in the engine bay, even after any changes. But right now, it looks right. So we're supposed to be matching up this with the car itself. That's pretty close if you ask me. I'm gonna wait for Christian to get out here, because he's gonna be the final judge to see if this thing actually matches up, because to me, I'm not the professional. So right here, we have the vinyl, and then this is the PPF version. But I think we're gonna go with the vinyl because this is a little bit darker off camera. Well, you can see it right there. You see how it's a little bit darker and matches up with the paint a little bit more? It's not 100%, but I think it's good enough. I don't think we'll notice the difference on the roof rack itself. So we're gonna get a roll, maybe 1.5 roll of this. So we need about 14 feet. Like here, you can't even see it. So I like that. Yeah, we're gonna get around 14.5 feet. And then that way we should be able to wrap this entire thing. And then we are gonna leave all of these edges exposed. So even on that top side right there, we'll leave that edge exposed just to add some contrast to the box. And then I think that's gonna add a nice little detail to the overall design as well. But so far, it's looking good. I guess here in a few weeks, we'll see what the final look looks like. We'll obviously have to come down here. And that damn FedEx driver parked right in the way. And that was a steep curve. I absolutely just destroyed my front lip. That sounded so much worse than it looks now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't rip that off. But yeah, this is a pretty steep angle, and he parked right where I couldn't get any angle, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, we got a decent amount going on. So we got the E36 ready to go. That thing is up for sale now officially. And the G80, now you know the plan. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see how this thing looks. So now with that, let's get home. We gotta get it cleaned up a little bit, but we'll probably call it here for this video. I'll keep you guys updated with what the schedule is gonna look like for all the other items coming in. So with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.